There's big news coming out of Ligue 1 and it concerns last Friday's game between Saint-Etienne and Angers. You may remember that game ended 2-2. Angers were 2-0 up. Saint-Etienne coming back from behind to draw 2-2, earn a big point in their battle against relegation. It was a last-minute goal. Exciting game, but nobody was talking about the result, the comeback, the result, anything of that sorts. What everybody was focusing on was the events before kickoff, the crowd trouble, the scenes in the stands, the flares, the barrage of projectiles and smoke bombs, the destruction to both nets which had to be fixed before kickoff. There was a delay, 1 hour delay before the match actually got underway. So what happened? What caused this raucous reaction from the Saint-Etienne fans? They were playing at home. Why did the fans decide to go ballistic just before kickoff against an important opponent like Angers in an important game where they're looking to pick up as many points as they can to try and get out of that relegation zone? Well, everything came down to frustration against the current man in charge, Claude Puel, the former Leicester City boss, as you may remember. So what's wrong? Why are the fans against him? Saint-Etienne, as things stand, are bottom of Ligue 1. No wins this season. 5 draws, 6 defeats. They've got as things stand, the joint worst attack, having just scored 11 goals. They've got the second worst defence, having conceded 25 times. Only Metz have conceded more, and they've only conceded 26, so that could change, obviously, next weekend. So what were the repercussions at the end of all that violence, all that mess? Well, the LFP, the Ligue de Football Professionnel, have come up with a decision, a temporary decision. So up until November the 17th, Saint-Etienne will have to play their games behind closed doors. What's more, their away fans will not be able to go to their upcoming games. So in practical terms, what does that mean up until November 17th? Well, as I said, it's a temporary decision because on November the 17th, a more definite decision will be made regarding the situation with Saint-Etienne. But we are where we are. We've got this decision from the LFP, this temporary one. So what does this mean in practical terms for Saint-Etienne? They've got a game coming up on Saturday against Metz. Massive game. 19th against 20th place. A huge battle down at the bottom of Ligue 1. So obviously no away fans for Saint-Etienne in that fixture. Considering the trouble they've caused them in recent weeks, maybe it's not a bad thing. They're against the team anyway, but forget that for a second. They're not there. They're not there to give the support. Then on Sunday the 7th of November, home game for Saint-Etienne against Clermont Foot. No home fans there, behind closed doors. But then, the next game is on the 21st of November. We've got a big gap. There's a big international break, of course. So, as things stand, it's just the 2 games that are affected. We don't know what will be the effect after that. Well, speaking of after that, as I mentioned, 21st of November, they play away against Royer. Then home on the 28th of November against PSG. Then 1st of December away against Brest. Another huge game. I think Brest are currently 3rd from bottom. So that's another incredibly important fixture for Saint-Etienne. Will they have away fans for that fixture? We simply don't know, and we won't know until November the 17th. But 3 important games, if you include the 2 next ones from that, it's 5 important games potentially without supporters. We will see how that affects them. We will see how it affects, what about poor Claude Puel? The fans want him sacked. The fans want him gone. But he's not giving up yet. He's not leaving. I don't know if you saw the comeback against Angers on Friday night, but when Saint-Etienne got that equaliser, scored that goal for 2-2 in the last second, did you see the reaction from Claude Puel? That does not look like a man who's finished yet. The passion on his face, of course, we know from his time at Leicester City, perhaps his tactics aren't that enthralling. But there's still some life in Puel at Saint-Etienne. He's still clinging on to his job. And if the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can stay at Man United, if the likes of Daniel Farke can stay at Norwich, after what happened to him, after the run he's going through at Norwich at the moment, if the likes of Mick McCarthy can stay at Cardiff, you simply can't count him out yet. Claude Puel is still in the job. Saint-Etienne are bottom, but he's still fighting there. He's still in their position. But interestingly, this decision from the LFP, this is not the first time they've had to deal with Saint-Etienne this season. They've already had a stand blocked for 2 games. It was a 2-match suspension after incidents in the derby game with Lyon on October the 3rd. So this just adds to the list of worries for Saint-Etienne this season. That, of course, French football this season has been mad by crowd troubles. We've seen Montpellier fans in trouble, Marseille fans in trouble, Lens, Lille, Angers themselves as well, Bordeaux. It's really messy situation in France this season with regards to fans, troubles, violence. So we'll see how things play out. Saint-Etienne here have been reprimanded by the LFP, but what's going to happen to all the other clubs? We've seen Nice already had a point taken away from them, but what's going to happen to everybody else? LFP have certainly got a lot on their plate. But as things stand, Saint-Etienne facing a stadium ban for the next couple of games.